Do you want to improve at a quicker pace? Check out GITGUDRacing.com, where I'm offering the most accessible coaching sessions on the market.
Now for the track guide. For turn 1, don't follow this wall on the right side. Instead, align yourself with the kink that will appear around here. So the road widens up a bit on the right side. Use this space, position to this space, and as soon as you arrive here, start to turn the car. I like to turn with 100% throttle, so you're gonna delay the moment in which you're gonna brake. You don't want to brake at the turn in, you want to brake later, not super late, but you want to carry the speed and the downforce into the corner. That's the idea, and with these open wheel cars, you really have to make sure you're using the downforce of the car by not braking while turning. So carrying all the speed. Now I'm starting to apply the brake, and I'm trying to apex around this cone in the wall, this one right here. I want to bring my car as close as I can to this wall and then put the power down. However, I'm not close enough in this lap, so just a bit of mistake, but ideally you will be more closer to this wall and then immediately put the power down like this, no hesitation, just on off. Now this section is a section that I really like. I think I'm quite strong in this part, so I'll try to explain it from different angles so that you can understand how you can do it even better than you're currently doing. So first of all, it's all about rotating the car while braking and inducing oversteer. You really want to do this in this section, because otherwise if you're gonna rely too much on the front tires, it's not gonna be fast and probably you're gonna understeer into the curbs. So first of all, in this corner I'm braking at the second cone right here. I'm applying the brakes and I don't want to hit this curb. I want to barely touch it on the exit, but my plan is not to use this curb, this blue curb around here. And notice that whenever I'm on the mid part of the corner, the car starts oversteering just a bit. So the rotation changes more, and now more. It starts to slide. Well, this is exactly what you need here. And what you can do in order to achieve it is to brake hard initially, to put all the way to the front tires, but whenever you're trailing into this corner, or better saying, whenever you're turning, keep the trailing on, because this combination of trail brake and steering angle is gonna give you that rotation, so the rear will start to slide just a bit, so that instead of apexing here on this curve and then being bounced forward in the outside part of the track, because if you're gonna hit the curb here, then you're gonna arrive around here, more closely to here, and this corner is gonna be now difficult. So you want to avoid that by getting this rotation so that you can go around this corner, just barely touching it. And now for this corner as well, putting the power down nice and early, and as a turning point or braking point, I'm using this curb around here, the blue and white curb. Past it, I want to turn the car with 100% throttle, so delaying the braking point as much as I can. And the same principle, I want to induce some oversteer by trailing and turning at the same time. So turning, and I also did a downshift. And right now the car is sliding a bit. You can feel it, but the good thing is that you're not relying on a lot of steering angle to make this corner, and obviously you're gonna rotate more with the rears at this point. So the car goes around this curb without touching it, and then I'm able to put the power down nice and early. If you're gonna go on this curb and you're gonna take an early apex and you're gonna use the front tires and take too much curb, then you will get pushed in the gravel here. And you only need to hit it like in a small spot with your right tires, and your exit is gonna be ruined. Like, if you touch this gravel, this big straight ahead, it's just a pain. So avoid touching this gravel, be early on throttle, use third gear to rotate and trail brake. And now moving on to the next corner, heavy braking zone. I use as a reference for braking the second cones, this one's right here. I'm braking slightly past it and I'm braking hard. I'm picking 100%. I hold 100% a lot more. So you don't want to pick it and then drop it, bleed it off immediately. You want to hold it, still holding, and then while dropping it, you want to add steering angle, but take it progressively. So don't add too much initially. The more that you're gonna release the brakes, the more steering angle you're gonna add. Also, while doing the initial braking, make sure you're braking with your wheels straight. Like have ideally 0 degrees of steering angle while braking, so that you'll be able to hold that 100% without locking up. Now for turning, the moment that I turn in, I start to release the brakes more and more and more and more. And I want to trail brake and apex late, because if you're gonna apex too early, you will run out of track. So still trailing in the 4%, 3%. Now I'm down to 0, and then putting the power down, I have 90 degrees of steering angle applied. Putting the power down nice and early, this will also help you rotate the car just a little bit if you're gonna put the power down aggressively. So you will get the rotation from the trail brake, but also from the throttle, just a few percentages from the throttle, but it will feel it. And now gaining the time on the exit, preparing for the next corner. I use as a reference for braking here the second cones again, and I'm trying to pick hard initially, ideally 100%, because in this corner you will experience some oversteer more than in others, because there's some elevation change around here whenever you're going to the apex, and whenever you're turning you'll probably feel some oversteer. So it's better to do the heavy braking and slowing down the car early enough so that around here you will have the proper speed. If you're gonna carry too much speed while still trail braking, it's not gonna be good. Your rear will instantly snap. So keep that in mind. Don't use too much this curb, apex around it. Now putting the power down, and you don't need to over prepare this corner. With open wheelers you can just take it flat from here. No need to go too much on the right side. Continuing for the next corner, and I use as a reference for braking again the second cone. I'm braking, and in this corner we have more grip. I still go for third gear, but use this curb. You can use this curb, but use it as late as you can. Again, if you're gonna take it early, you will bounce back on the gravel. So take it as late as you can. And for the next sequence of corners, these two you just want to cover less distance. So don't use more track than you need to do. Keep it tight. Braking at the second marker, I'm using a bit this grass to open up, because you see there's a bit of space in between the grass and the white line. I'm trying to make advantage of it. However, I clip it too much and I'm apexing way too early. If you're gonna see this in your lap, it's gonna be a red flag. Around here you should be 100% throttle, vertical up, and no corrections, so you should be instantly on. In my case I have to drop it, so keep that in mind. You don't want to do that. Preparing the next corner, which leads to a big straight. I'm using fourth gear, so I'm not downshifting, I'm just braking, and I'm trying to cut this curb while being back on throttle. You can cut even more. I think I got away with it, but you can cut even more and still get away with it. Now for the last corner, I'm looking at the first cone right here, because I want to brake in regards to the first cone and the white line. So looking forward, I brake here way too early. You want to brake at the white line. You can get away with braking at the white line. That will be the first thing, the cone or the white line. While turning in, you want to keep the throttle pinned, same as turn one. Now we're gonna have some checkpoints for this long corner so that we can learn it and do it more consistently. The first thing is this white line. I want to put my car, let's say half the car over the white line, then bring it back with the trail brake. Now I'm looking here on the right side at this wall. I want to apex around this gold line and then put the power down, but I took too much time to put the power down because I didn't have enough rotation previously with the trail brake. But at this point you already want to be closer to 80% throttle, apexing around this wall again, and the last apex that you have is here with the white line. So really hugging these corners Now putting the power down, using not all the track. I think if you're gonna go to wide here, you're gonna lose time. And in short, that's a lap of Sebring with F4. I hope you have a great week ahead, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.